What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris. I'm going to bring you another game from the Starseries Season 3, Day 11. This is going to be between Darer on the Radiant and Na'Vi on the Dire. Darer already picking up the Naga Siren, the Shrek, and liking the responses from Na'Vi because the band's kind of weird. Invoker, Nature's Prophet, usually not seen banned anymore, at least not in the first phase anyway. But hey, they got banned out, and we're going to see a couple of heroes that we don't get to see all that often, the Lycanthrope as well as the Naga Siren in the same game. And this is not the Darer that was Art Styles' Darer, if that's how you think about teams by their captain. I don't know, but it's a new Darer. This is a completely new team from Bulgaria that are wearing the Darer tags, but they messed up their names, so they gotta fix this, because Adre isn't really Darer. Not at all. But Darer, they're going for the big team fight right off the bat. They picked up that Naga Siren, so they're going to get that Tide Hunter to get that Ravage off as well. Venomancer dealing some pretty good AoE damage in there as well. Na'Vi, they have a pretty good pushing lineup. Lycanthrope, well, this whole game is not 0.75, so Lycanthrope is still that ridiculously strong first pickup. Leshrac, also, it's a very strong hero. It's kind of a more well-rounded hero than all the other first picks, who are like pretty strong in like a specific thing, whereas Leshrac could do anything. And versatility is very useful when you're picking up a team. So Na'Vi, they're opening with two pretty heavy pushers. Lycanthrope is an absolute Lycanthrope's an absolute wrecking ball when it comes to towers, but enough about Lycan. You guys know what he does. Na'Vi, they're gonna go with Pudge, and of course that means we get to see the fabled Dendi Pudge. I don't think I've actually seen a Dendi Pudge game. I definitely haven't casted one, but it's legendary. It truly is. So we're in for a treat today, guys. Unless you've already seen this, in which case you're in for a second not as sweet treat because you've already seen it. But Darer, they're banning out the Broodmother. They know that Na'Vi need a long lane right now. Some other potential options for Na'Vi is the Bounty Hunter, the Windrunner. And those three are usually, well, the Darkseer also, but Darkseer never gets into the pool anyway. But those are all the long lane options. Na'Vi banning out the solo mid heroes, the Morphling, as well as the Queen of Pain. Darer, with that Naga Siren pick, we're going to see if they want to make her the primary carry, or if they want to get some other hard carry. In this situation, it's most likely going to be the Anti-Mage. Darer, they're going to go with the Windrunner to get a little bit more lane control going. They have a lot of skirmishing power, a lot of teamfight power. So Darer, they have some pretty good lockdown also. Na'Vi, they do have the Dismember, they do have the Leshrac stun, but really they don't really need to lock down Darer all that much. I mean, slows and constant damage output, and well, that's exactly what Na'Vi has. That'll be probably more than enough to do it. But Na'Vi, they have a possible mid hero in the Pudge, but from what I've seen from other teams, Pudge most often is not in that mid lane, usually in the safe lane. So Lycanthrope might jungle with Leshrac in the mid lane possibly, but Na'Vi, they still have to shore up their lanes. Having two melee heroes, even though Pudge is capable of soloing, isn't the best strategy that you want to go in with. Typically you always want to have more ranged heroes than melee heroes. Of course there are exceptions, such as, a Brewmaster who could solo the mid lane decently, or a Tiny who could do the same. And then melee junglers, which kind of makes it so that you don't really need ranged heroes for that lane control because, well, they have lane control through other means. And Na'Vi, they're taking their time. They do need a support hero as well. Leshrac could be the hard support. I've seen ours Art run that a couple times. And with the Lycan and Pudge pick, Leshrac might be doing that. Although, even if he is the hard support, they still need someone who's, a 4 or a 5 position. They need another hero to actually pick up the slack. You see Darer's team. They have Venomancer, Tide Hunter, as well as the Windrunner. Ooh, they're going to go greedy, Na'Vi. They're going to go for the Chaos Knight. So they have a ton of damage. Now their lanes are shaping up just a little bit. Pudge looks like he's going to get a solo lane. Lycan's definitely going to go into the jungle at this point. And CK Leshrac could be a possible dual lane. Chaos Bolt into Split Earth. That's a lot of pain. And, Tide Hunter might be able to survive it. Windrunner might be able to survive it if she gets her Wind Run off. But it's going to be close either way. Na'Vi, they just need a long lane hero, and then that's it. They're good. Or they could go for Wisp. That would be super baller. That would be awesome. They'd be kind of strapped for early game power. And CK is pretty good, Pudge is pretty good, but they don't really have the lane dominance that you usually see. Well, they don't have the lane dominance that's present on the Dara side, so it's going to be a little bit rough for Na'Vi. They should pick up someone who's more of a hard support. Not Wisp is, I don't know. He's a support hero. He does buy the wards and stuff like that, but he doesn't offer the same lane control that a Venomancer does. He can't really go around and harass you as effectively just because he's so darn weak. But Dara, they do have the Naga Siren, so they do have a potential carry. Most often we do see teams running 2 carries, Naga Siren as well as, you know, something. Okay, they're going to go for the Ant route. They're going to go for that Storm Spirit. It's going to be their mid lane pickup, most likely. Their lanes are looking very solid. They have a couple of solid options for tri-lanes, and then the Windrunner soloing the hard lane or the easy lane, depending on what Dara really want to go with. So Dara, their lanes are looking pretty good. Their team fight initiation is pretty good, and overall, they have a really well-rounded team. Naga Siren probably going to go for a little bit more of a damage-heavy build, but we're going to have to really see what they want to do. The problem is that Na'Vi, their ganking is absolutely huge. Pudge, obviously, well, you guys know. You guys have played against Pudge. He will eat you alive, quite literally. And of course, you got the Lycan, who isn't that much of a ganker per se, although he could get some pretty good ganks off with once he hits that level 6 mark. Lycan is most likely going to be the one just sitting back and farming. CK and Leshrac, though, that's a very deadly dual lane. They're going to go with the Bounty Hunter, so Na'Vi going with 4 melees, something you don't see very often at all. But their 4 melee heroes, they can kind of get around it, because Pudge is capable of soloing, Lycanthrope is capable of jungling, and Bounty Hunter is also capable of soloing. They don't really have to rely on lane control, or like the classic form of lane control, in that you have a ranged hero harassing and a melee hero with some form of, you know, ranged spell. So Na'Vi, they have a very, very powerful late game team. Lycanthrope, CK, and Bounty Hunter all can kind of be considered carries. I say kind of be considered, because Lycan and CK definitely, Bounty Hunter usually played not in that way. But anyway, Na'Vi, they're going to be very strapped for experience, and gold needs to get that from killing enemy heroes. Looks like as we jump into this game, we're going to have Puppy playing the Lycanthrope in the jungle role. Go figure. Light of Heaven playing the Bounty Hunter. Dendi, of course, is going to be playing the Pudge. I feel like he looks really pale in this picture. Does he look pale? I don't know. Maybe did they change the Pudge texture recently? I think they did, and then they changed it back. I know his hair was gone for a little bit. But Havorce, as well as Ars Art, playing the CK and Leshrac, respectively, going to be dual laning it up most likely. On the Dara side, we have Hawkeye playing the Windrunner, that is an awesome coincidence right there. And his name is Hawkeye, and he's playing the Archer character. That's awesome. Nose is going to be playing the Naga Siren. Grumpy on the Tide Hunter. Savadoom is going to be playing the Venomancer, and that leaves Nowhere on the Storm Spirit. Man, I can't believe that. That's awesome. I really like that. Hawkeye, instant points to you. Dara roaring in this, off to a roaring start in this game, with a huge advantage in that their names are aligning with their heroes. So extra points for them. Good work, good work. Lanes are kind of shaping up for Na'Vi. It's going to be a dual lane versus a tri-lane. And even though Navi's dual lane is, very capable of getting kills, the Dara tri-lane is a little bit more capable of getting kills. That double slow is absolutely vicious. If Ars Art gets tagged with those, then he's pretty much dead. Looks like they're going to go with the lane swap. Light of Heaven is going to be going up to that top lane. Havorce is going to be transitioning down with Ars Art. So Light of Heaven is going to get a little bit shafted in this trade. But you know what? That's what you expect from the Bounty Hunter. Where did the third hero go? Oh, there he is. They do have Sentry Wards. Grumpy holding those. So Light of Heaven is going to have a very tough time ahead of him. Looks like Puppy is not going to be jungling in his own jungle. He's going to be going to the enemy jungle to farm up. And well, oh, Light of Heaven taking a net, taking a gale. Gush as well. Second sentry getting laid down, and one more right click from the Venomancer is going to bring Dara the first blood. Light of Heaven, not off to a good start, but you know what? Against this tri-lane, a killing tri-lane and a farming tri-lane at the same time, well, that's very hard to fight against. Hawkeye in the bot lane, he has a lot to worry about as well. CK Chaos Bolt into a split earth, a ton of damage. Not yet until Not until Ars Art gets a couple points of Edict can they actually kill this Windrunner just because of that Windrun skill. But she's still got to be careful. Every single trade is going to bring her a little bit closer to the kill zone. She does have a lot of restoratives, so she's going to have a lot of longevity, except for the fact that Na'Vi, they have a lot of bursts, so it doesn't really matter how many tangos you have if you go from 100 to 0 in a heartbeat. Light of Heaven just trying to leech as much experience as he can. Luckily for him, both Sentry Wards were dropped into his jungle. That means his lane is free. Well, but there's another Sentry Ward. Net onto Light of Heaven. Gush, Gale as well. Light of Heaven can get right click down. Venomancer getting his second kill. Savadoom rolling in the dough at this point. So I guess they bought another set. Good on Dara, making sure that they're on top of their vision requirements. They have Sentry Wards all over the place. Light of Heaven has no safe place to be. And Grumpy and Savadoom smoking up. No mana yet for the Tidehunter, but he will get it enough by the time he hits his mid lane. They're going to go for a kill on Dendi. Pudge is a very tanky hero, but you know what? He's not invulnerable. Let's see when they want to go in on this. If the Gale hits, well, I don't see the Gale missing because you have a Gush to set up. Nowhere. Gonna probably look to do a little bit of damage. Preferably they want to give the Storm Spirit the kill. But ultimately it's just gonna be a giant squabble for it. Gush is gonna go onto Dendi. Pull from nowhere. No. Hook. No. Dendi is not gonna land that first hook. But unfortunately nowhere. Couldn't get close enough. Gale didn't fly out from Savadoom. Guess he was concerned that Pudge was a little bit too far away. Didn't want to burn the mana. And they don't have any more clarities. They don't have more clarities. So the Gush kind of wasted there. In the meantime, Light of Heaven, the creep is pushed pretty close to his tower, but he's still got to be careful. If he walks up, he's going to take a net. He's going to take a lot of right clicks as well. Hawkeye in a similar situation. But you know what? Na'Vi is doing the similar situation with only 2 heroes. That means they do have that extra hero farming up in the jungle. It's going to be the Lycanthrope. So ultimately, that will benefit Na'Vi in the long run. Like the only thing that's not really going Na'Vi's way is the mid lane. And Pudge is not staying on top of the creep kills compared to the Storm Spirit, but really, what do you expect? Storm Spirit will always have an edge over Pudge, at least in this point in the game. Just gotta watch out for a hook, though. And Na'Vi with that extra income coming in from the Lycanthrope, it's gonna be very useful for them. Light of Heaven just soaking up experience. Let's see how Hawkeye's doing. A little bit more experience on him. A couple more creep kills as well, and of course he didn't take 2 deaths. So Na'Vi, I mean, like, their lanes are going fine considering the circumstances. And now Hawkeye is going to take a long-range split earth. Edict is up as well, only level 1. But here comes Puppy looking for some blocking action. Windrun has already been used. He's only taking right click from Ars Art. And Hawkeye looks like he's going to be fast enough. And we have flying wolves. Yeah, that's not right. Hawkeye's going to take a 1-second stun under his tower. And the giant club from CK is going to bring him that kill in the meantime. Dendi with the level 6 killed the level 5 Storm Spirit. I don't know how. He must have gotten a miracle hook. I kind of upset that I missed that. Would have liked to see the first kill on this Pudge, which I heard so much about. And that creep didn't stand a chance. Holy crap. He just hooked a range creep. But Pudge already has his first kill, and Pudge, you don't really want to give him a lot of kills because he'll snowball a lot. He won't ultimately win the game for you, but hell, getting a couple kills, never a bad thing. Forest continuing to farm 22 for 9 versus 21 for 11. So both the primary carries on each team doing pretty well as far as farm goes. The thing is, Na'Vi, they have a couple more carries. They have Bounty Hunter who could end up doing a lot of damage late game, but Lycan is getting free reign over the enemy jungle. Level 5 already. With the Ring of Basilius, going to head towards his Vladimir's offering most likely. His team can offer him a lot of control over the Roshan pit. Just the Pudge by himself can offer that to his team. And nowhere, only level 5 still. Hook is going to latch, and there's the Dismember, and nowhere. You are so dead, sir. Trying to pull him in, do a little bit of damage to that Static Remnant, but Dendi getting himself another kill on this mid lane. Starting to ramp up, you can see the level advantage already. Level 7 on the Pudge, only level 5 from the Storm Spirit. If Storm Spirit had one more level, oh, Light of Heaven. Just barely out dodging that net, which was almost in transit. But if Yellow had that zip out when the hook flew, well, then he would have been completely fine. But I don't know. Oh, Light of Heaven. They do have vision. There goes the net. There goes the Gale. And Light of Heaven taking so much damage. Where's what? Where's vision? How did? Oh no, he just ran out of. He ran out of Shadow Walk. Didn't have vision. So Light of Heaven just baiting out a ton of spells. It's gonna distract them a little bit from this tower, but this tower is gonna go down regardless. Nothing that Na'Vi can do about it now. Let's see who's gonna pick this up. It is gonna be the Venomancer Savadoom once again, rolling in the dough. 2 kills, a tower as well, and 5 creep kills, about 5 more. Hook now onto nowhere. Dendi is going to lash and dismember the Storm Spirit, who just hit level 6. Unfortunately, did not have enough time to actually zip out of there, and Dendi picks up his 3rd kill. Somebody stop this Pudge. He's going to be very dangerous. Na'Vi on the bot lane, they're looking to even up the trade that happened on the top lane with one of their own on the bottom. CK level 5, Puppy level 6. He does have enough for his Vlads, I believe. Yeah, it should be enough. Math is hard, especially math in Dota when you're doing lots of other things. That should be enough for his Vlads. And you know what? That'll benefit his team a whole lot. Having 4 melee heroes, the lifesteal is going to be a pretty large impact. Usually lifesteal is, you know, kind of an afterthought when you pick up Vlads in games at this level. Well, I mean, lifesteal for your team, I should say. Because lifesteal is really what lets you kill Roshan, so usually it just benefits yourself. The auras, you know, they're great. It's a very solid item for your team in general, but when you get that extra lifesteal on top of that, well, that just makes it that much sweeter. Looks like Arzart and Puppy transitioning down to the bot lane. They want to keep pushing this out. Vort is still here, not yet level 6. Now he's level 6. He's going to have that Reality Rift, and Pudge getting another solo kill on the Storm Spirit. The zip out from Storm Spirit, not fast enough. Savadoom and Grumpy are both here in this mid lane, but, you know, Dendi, he could go for a little bit of fishing action. He has an invisibility rune. Teleportation coming into the bot lane. It's going to be Savadoom. He's going to take a split earth. Instant transformation from Puppy. Going to go for that Venomancer. One more hit from Arzart is going to bring him down. Puppy, Shackle on the fly, not going to latch. And with that max movement speed, he should be just fine to get out of here. Brought the tower down to very low HP. They could want more. They could go for Grumpy. Dendi has a hook, but Grumpy seems to be a little bit too fast. Invisibility rune popping off, and they see him. They see him. Is Pudge going to go fishing and catch himself a giant Tidehunter? Oh, yes. Yep, do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, he's not going to do it, is he? He's not going to do it. What a shame. Not going to do it yet. Does he see Hawkeye? Oh. We'll move it. Oh, he sees Savadoom. Savadoom's... oh, whoa. Hook is going to latch, and they're going to kill this Venomancer, who Gale flies a little bit wide. Panic Gale. But they got the kill, and more importantly, they put it on the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight does pick up a kill there. It's a much more important hero to get the kills on than it is for Pudge to get the kills. And that grammar was horrible. It's better to have kills on the Chaos Knight than it is to have kills on Pudge. What I want to say. Puppy smoked up in his own base. Does have that Vladimir's offering, plus an extra Sage's Mask. Going to work for a medallion, I suppose. We're going to go for Roshan straight away. 9 minutes, not bad at all for a solo Roshan. And with the map dominance that Na'Vi has right now, just look at their wards. Very aggressive one here. Very aggressive on the high ground. You know, covering all paths to the Roshan pit. Really, the only option for Dara to get to Roshan is to like push out all the way to this point. And as I say that, of course, Savadoom knows going to get another kill onto Light of Heaven. But hey, I was making a valid point. The wards from Na'Vi are perfect to protect Puppy's solo jungle. Grumpy gonna get hooked right into the clutches of Dendi. Anchor Smash does go off. Oh, and Dismember canceled. Looks like it doesn't matter though, because Tidehunter's gonna get rotted down by Pudge. A little bit of mistake from Dendi, but hey, he got a kill, so who cares? Arzart gonna go toe to toe with Hawkeye. Split Earth, not gonna land. His nose teleports in. Shackle shot onto Arzart, not gonna latch. But Dendi is still here. He doesn't have that much mana. He's slowly regenerating that up though. Meantime, Puppy taking down that Roshan, gonna give his team a whole lot of gold and give himself an extra life. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. You do not want to see a Pudge with the haste rune, especially if your name is Venomancer. There goes a hook. Kind of unnecessary with the Dismember as well. But there goes the Venomancer, and there goes Roshan. So Na'Vi just all over this game. Pudge, he's not done yet. He does have enough mana for another one. He's going to go straight for Grumpy. He's running. Look at him go. Hook, go. Oh, wow. Hitting the Naga Siren, who's very low on HP for some reason. Hawkeye going to get dismembered. 3-second stun as well. Dendi does still have that haste rune, so he is going to piece out of here. Dendi, this is why IG banned Pudge. This is why they did it. You know, I heard legends of the Dendi Pudge, and Havorst, He's gonna bait out. Oh no, that's not actually a bait because Pudge is actually there. But of course, could actually afford to do that because, you know what, Dara doesn't have any vision of this area. And Pudge has been known to lurk there once or twice. So he could just completely bluff and run in by himself and force all of Dara back because they don't want to get hit by that hook. Kind of a dangerous bluff, and Dendy is getting initiated upon by nowhere. Long range pull there. He's very tanky at this point, does have a lot of strength from his flesh heap. He's going to take a lot of damage though. Gale is going to fly off onto Dendy, and he's going to go down to the Storm Spirit, ending the Wicked 6 streak. Sleep going out. Going to catch Havorst. Do they have any lockdown? Oh, he's completely trapped. No, Grumpy, get back into position. And Havorst, oh, he's going to Phantasm out of this phase. No, Reality Rift as well onto Savadoom. He's going to go down swinging, but he's going to go down. Pudge bought back and teleported back in. Going to catch Nose. I believe he bought back at least. Yeah, he bought back. He's going to go for the hook. I'm going to latch it on nowhere. Not enough mana to zip out of there, and Dendy gets himself a double kill. Was that a buyback? He did buy back. There you go. Pudge on top of his game. He's wealthy, so might as well spend it on buybacks if you're going to get 2 kills. And where I can't believe I missed that. I didn't realize that colors were going into the enemy base. Colors that didn't belong to the Radiant. Then you know, are going to take down the tier 2 tower, and Puppy somehow managed to dive that successfully. No idea how. Wasn't even watching him. Oh, these experience bars, these gotta change. I cannot wait till we get to the .75 replays because, well, it's going to be new exciting stuff. But Na'Vi, they have a substantial lead right now. They've only lost one of their towers. They're going to look towards the top lane. There's a place with the... Oh no, Courier! Oh, the poor piggy never stood a chance. Now Havorst and Light of Heaven, they're going to go look for Nose, who's going to try to walk out of here. She does have enough for a TP scroll. And she does know that, well, there are a ton of people here. Then looks like Na'Vi not actually interested in doing that. Oh no, track onto the illusion. That illusion is so obvious. Havorst still tanking the tower. He's got to watch out. If he gets caught with the Gale, he can take a lot of damage. Dendy on the low ground. Spotted out by that Plague Ward, I believe. And Nose is here. He's the real one. Net onto Havorst, but a 2-second stun right before he leaves. And Havorst does live thanks to the assistance from his teammate.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Light of Heaven's getting chased down by Nose. In the meantime, Puppy taking down the tier 3s in the middle. Light of Heaven's going to be fine. Let's look at this. Puppy does take down that tier 3 tower uncontested. Grumpy coming in for the gush. But it's a little bit too late, and nowhere going to go onto Voice, but it's a huge bait. Biggest trap in the world, and Dendy with the hook does pick up that Storm Spirit kill. It's like the 5th time or something like that. Nose going to pop off his mirror illusions. 4-second stun though, and a melee range hook going to shred that Naga Siren into halves. In the meantime, in the mid lane, Puppy has popped his ultimate form off. He's getting blocked a little bit by the Windrunner. He's going to stick his wolves onto Savadoom, maybe look towards the Raxes. Arzard is here as well. Is slowed very severely though because of that Gale. But Dendy's here with his double damage rune. Level 2 Dismember, level 13 on this Pudge. 14 minutes into the game. Absolutely insane. 11-1-2. You gotta wonder why Na'Vi don't run this hero every single game. I mean, wildly successful. Gives them a whole bunch of map advantage. When you have wards behind the enemy's tier 2 when the tier 2 is still up, well then you know that you're in good shape. Even though Light of Heaven didn't have a great time at all, Dendy just completely steamrolled that mid lane.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Middle Raxes are under attack, but the fight is going to happen up here. Zip in, gonna go for Light of Heaven. Do they have any true sight? They don't. There's the Sentry Ward, but it's a little bit too late. Light of Heaven does get out of there alive. In the meantime, Puppy, uncontested once again. He's gonna take down the tier 3 Raxes. Nose does get slept in, but is he trapped? No, he's gonna walk right on by. The sleep does pop off. Dendy has his hook in 3, 2, 1. Blind hook, and a tick Ravage, so Nagasime's gonna get out here. Shackle shot now onto 2. Beautiful shackle shot from Hawkeye. Gonna land onto Voice as well as Dendy, who's still in this really awkward position. Forrest is gonna go toe to toe, and there's the hook, stealing the kill from Forrest. He's completely surrounded. Hawkeye gonna take a full edict. No one to split the damage with, and he's gonna go down. They could go for Savadoom as well. Track onto him. Gale's gonna hit Arzard though. He's a lot of poison damage. Probably is gonna tick him down. Unless he gets denied by his friendly. Deny. Oh no, here comes Nose, and for the Riptide. That brings down Lestrak. But a 3-for-2 trade still. Dendy very healthy. Kind of got caught out of that fight. He's going to look for a hook. He's going to throw it and latch onto Grumpy. Beautiful hook by Dendy. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Grumpy moved upwards. And Dendy completely predicted that the juke would occur. And you know what? The juke wasn't powerful enough. Now Dendy's on the hunt. He's going to look towards Nose. He has to start right-clicking and rotting him, because why not? The Aegis did get popped on Puppy. Dendy looks like he's going to go down. There goes his mega kill, and where did Puppy go? Puppy is running away very, very quickly. But the mid-Raxes have gotten taken down. 8-20 in favor of Na'Vi. They're just all over this game. And you know what? They had the late game as well. So right now, they don't even have to push. It's Na'Vi, so they probably will. But they don't have to. They can just sit and farm all day. And then come late game, they can just demolish them. So they're put into a very rough spot. By very, I mean this much. That's not where you want to be as a team ever. But they're in a very rough position right now. Dendy's absolutely tearing it up as this Pudge. I do love seeing Pudges. It's amazing. Quarterstaff on the CK. Wonder what that's for. No idea. Nose gonna get spotted out by Light of Heaven. Arzard as well. Split Earth is gonna fly. Nose has got track damage as well. The Edict is gonna work in tandem with that minus armor. Nowhere taking a lot of damage. He's out of mana because of that zip. He's gonna sacrifice himself as well. So Na'Vi picking up the two most important heroes on Dara for free. And that means they can probably go to slide down to this bot lane where Force is already pushing that out. Take down another set of racks. Top lane tier 2 is still alive, so it's not really an option, or not as good an option as the bottom lane, which is pretty much free. This right here is a silver platter. Pudge can position himself right beneath that outer wall and just go fishing for days. See, is already going fishing. Pudges love fishing. 22 for 8, and in the meantime, Lycanthrope killing the Windrunner solo, of course. As I watch this push, Na'Vi, it's gonna be a 4v4, and Ravage is up, so Dara do have a shot at this, provided that they don't get hooked. Vor's gonna go straight for Grumpy though. 3-second stun onto the Tidehunter, bring him down instantly. There goes the ultimate from Savadoom, but now he's out of mana. Dendy getting in position, but there's a sleep. Art burning all of his mana from that Pulse Nova, unfortunately for him. Reality Rift now onto nowhere. Stun not gonna get thrown. There's a 2-second stun on Savadoom, and there's Dendy with the hook. Can earn up Hawkeye, but he's now gonna take a little bit of right-click damage, but he's so tanky at this point. I don't think Dara could bring him down unless literally everyone is working on him. Light of Heaven barely escaping, 23 HP. Oh, he's going to go down. Nowhere. He's going to take a 2-second stun, though. Dismember as well. Dendy going to get shackled to Voice, so another good shackle from Hawkeye as Grumpy now returns to this fight. Ravage only on Dendy. They're going to bring him down. Voice and Arzart, they get to walk away. In the meantime, Puppy on the top lane. Puppy just finding all these just small pockets of time, and Nose is going to take a 4-second stun. Arzart is here with the chain stun, and there goes the Naga Siren. Drop it to the Leshrac. Grumpy is now in a little bit of danger. It looks like he's going to drop as well. Havorce out of mana, so Grumpy might be able to lift from this Reality Rift from long range, and there goes the Tidehunter. And Puppy in the meantime taking down the tier 3 tower. Split pushing Master right here. He's not done yet. He's going to pop his Necronomicon units, go straight for the melee Raxes, or, stick him on Savadoom, because you got to show him who's boss. Puppy living on the edge with only 600 HP. But he has max movement speed, nowhere. Trying to zip in. He is going to get Puppy. He's going to snag him and do a lot of magical damage. Puppy's going to go down to this one. No way to survive this. And there goes the Venomancer, getting himself a 3rd kill. But that's not their priority, because the priority is down here on the bot lane, where Light of Heaven and Arzart, they've brought down the tier 3s, and they're working on the Raxes. Light of Heaven, ooh, just barely escaping that net. But there's a Dust. Not going to catch Light of Heaven. Seemed to be just on the edge. Vorst has picked himself up a Shadow Blade. You can go straight for nowhere. Huge hit upon release, and there's a giant crit as well. Reality Rift, one more swat down. Grumpy getting hooked by Dendy. Dismember from long range. No, not enough range for Rot, but it's going to bring him down regardless because it's level 2. Dismember, almost level 3. Savadoom just going to get rotted down by Dendy. Dendy going for a walk, and now big hook onto Nose. Big hook is going to latch onto Nose, and he's going to get walked down as well. Reality Rift from Vorst. Net trying to slow him down, but Naga Siren instantly buys back. Dismember not up yet, but Pudge just sitting in the middle of everyone. And find Nose one more time, and a long range hook going to get Hawkeye. Dendy as an ultra kill. Is he going to have a rampage? Nose stun from Hawk. No, is there? Oh, yes, there's the rampage from Pudge. Navi's Dendy. 18-3-6. Ending the game with the rampage. Now that's how you end a game in style. So whenever you are going to end your game, guys, make sure you always end it with a rampage. You get super badass points there. But Na'Vi, they just played so well. Light of Heaven didn't do that horribly on the top lane. I mean, he got shut down, but what do you expect against a tri-lane like that? Puppy farmed up. He got huge free farm and just got so many opportunities. Arzart was on point with those split earths. Forrest doing his classic carry thing. And, of course, we have Dendy the Pudge who has how much strength? 41 additional strength. He's going fishing. He's going to find himself a Naga Siren, who is probably the most appropriate hero to catch when you go fishing. Aside from the Tidehunter and Slardar, they're all kind of in the same vein. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Dara versus Na'Vi. Na'Vi crushing their way through Dara in Star Series Season 3. More to come, guys. GG.